What if I told you that in the state of Michigan, you no longer actually own your home? You might have the deed, you might pay the monthly mortgage payment, but increasingly, the government is now deciding who is allowed to actually step foot inside your front door. I'm not talking about Macomb County. I'm talking from the shores of Traverse City to the streets of Dearborn Heights and the beaches of Caseville and Port Austin to the shores of Lake Michigan. Your property rights are being systematically dismantled. And I have the evidence right here. And it proves that local governments are becoming the very thing that we all hate, a statewide homeowners association. The biggest trick they're actually pulling right now, guys, is actually reclassifying your home as a business. If you rent your home for less than 30 days, think Airbnb or VRBO, vacation rentals. Jurisdictions like Dearborn Heights, they're actually trying to claim that you are no longer a resident and they're labeling you as a commercial enterprise, so they can just ban you outright. So in July of 2025, the Michigan Supreme Court actually deadlocked on the Berlin versus Rubin case. That 3-3 tie was a disaster for the homeowners, and it left the door wide open for every local bureaucrat to claim that residence requires permanence and that transient guests are now a violation of the law. All right, look at this application from Fort Gratiot Township. They have placed a cap of only 40 units for the entire township. Lexington, just 20. In St. Clair Shores, they actually recently cut the number of Airbnbs from 15 to 0. And in Dearborn Heights, they actually passed a total ban where they are now facing a federal lawsuit from homeowners and property owners who are fighting for their livelihoods. Guys, the state is now picking the winners and they are picking the losers. If you aren't one of the lucky few, your equity is trapped. You can't rent it. You can't offset your property taxes, and the government will fine you $500 a day trying to bankrupt you just for listing your spare bedroom. And we all know the signs of a bad HOA. The junk fees, the overbearing rules, the constant nonstop surveillance. Well, guess what? Your city council is the new homeowners association board. They're requiring a $1 million liability policy. They want mandatory local agents who must respond within 30 minutes and live within 30 minutes of the property, and yearly inspections where they poke through your private property and charge you a lot to do so. They use things like party houses as an excuse, but the truth is the city already has noise laws on the books. They don't need a permit to stop a party from happening. They need new permits to tax your freedom. And here's the smoking gun, guys. House Bill 5438. This bill would add a new 6% excise tax on top of the 6% use tax that you are already paying. That's 12% off the top before you pay the mortgage, before you pay any Airbnb or VRBO fees, and before you actually pay the $200 to $1,000 in application and renewal fees. They're pricing the average Michigan family out of the market, and they're doing so to protect the hotel lobby's monopoly. Look, Michigan was built on the second home tradition. Families have relied on short-term rentals for hundreds of years to pay the bills and offset the taxes. But now, the government has decided that they are the landlord and you are just the tenant. Now, is your city next? Check your local zoning today, because by the time the ban sign shows up in your neighbor's yard, your property rights are already gone. I'm Brett Nibel. Stay vigilant, protect your deed, and I'll see you on the next one.